He yanked a 4-year-old girl out of her bed with the intent to harm her, and you wanted to give her a cap of 2 years. Is that not correct?
Well, because I would like to explain, sir.
It is correct, and the court rejected it.
Sir, I know this was a
judge that was appointed by Senator Warner. This is not a right-wing judge. This is a liberal judge, and you know why he rejected it?
Sir,
he saw what you should have seen. A disgusting, perverted individual preying on children, that you dismissed the case. That is as shameful as anything I have seen. Quit defending the indefensible. You clearly don't.
Absolutely not.
You dismissed the case, and it's shameful.
Sir,
you're a coward. You are a coward.
I dug into the underlying case and the DOJ investigation rather than treating the hearing's accusations as established facts. This hearing was about more than a heated exchange. It exposed a serious dispute over prosecutorial discretion. Court reporting indicates Hiram Baquedana Rodriguez faced allegations involving a 4-year-old, but the evidence and witness issues were more complicated than the clip suggests. His mother reportedly did not want the child to testify, and prosecutors said they twice pursued felony convictions before judges rejected their proposed 2-year deals. Fairfax's policy says immigration consequences should be considered, but mainly in less serious cases. It also says outcomes shouldn't be better for non-citizens. DOJ opened an investigation on May 6, 2026, but explicitly said it had reached no conclusions. The Republican case deserves scrutiny, but so does the prosecutor's defense. Prosecutorial decisions can depend on evidence, witnesses, and conviction prospects, not simply the severity of allegations. Do you think this policy protects fairness or risks unequal justice? Like, subscribe, and share your view.
Mr. Knott.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Ms. Minner, I'm so sorry. This is clearly a preventable crime, despite what has been said. As the father of 2 daughters, I can't imagine what you're going through, what you will go through, and candidly, I would not be acting as civilly with some of the people you're seated with had I suffered what you've had to endure. So thank you for being here. Mr. Descano, you said that, quote, we prosecute Virginia cases. Is that correct?
That is correct, yes.
And you painted a picture of being rigorous in your efforts to prosecute bad people, correct?
Yes, when we prosecute, of course, we take a look at every case.
Yep.
We are constrained by the evidence. We're constrained by the law. And I will tell you, Congressman, you know, I think what is happening here with the number of cases that we're talking about are
I want to talk to you about one of those cases. I want to talk to you about one of those cases, sir. Mr. Hiram Rodriguez. Remember that case?
I do.
Leading up to the crime that I want to talk about, the defendant's criminal history included multiple charges and arrests for indecent liberties, exposing himself to a child less than 15 years of age, disorderly conduct, illegally entering a property to damage, burglary. He was even sentenced, albeit I would say too lightly, while he was on probation, while he was under court supervision. In June 15th, 2023 at 4 o'clock in the morning, Fairfax County PD responded to a burglary in process. A mother and her 4-year-old daughter were asleep in the same room but in separate beds. The mother was awoken when her 4-year-old daughter was screaming in the next room. She went to investigate. The attacker dropped the 4-year-old and fled the scene. It was clear that the 4-year-old had been abducted from her bed. Her buttocks had been grabbed. Her torso had been bruised. The victim displayed immediate bruising. The mother did not see the attacker's face, but the 4-year-old said he was a, quote, big man. Law enforcement identified Mr. Rodriguez by 2 ways. Forensics recovered a finger and palm print from the window that he jarred open, in this case, and matched footprints outside the house where he was standing with a mud print inside the house. Eyewitness testimony later identified Rodriguez as having been loitering for days outside this apartment building. He had been seen using drugs in the neighborhood, and he had been pacing around this particular unit in the days leading up to the crime. Police secured 2 warrants. One, statutory burglary, specifically alleging that Rodriguez entered an occupied dwelling, seizing a 4-year-old with the intent to commit murder, rape, robbery, or arson. Maximum penalty is 20 years. Abduction of a 4-year-old with the intent to defile such a person was the second charge, with a maximum penalty of life. Once it was handed over to your office, inexplicably so, you immediately reduced the burglary offense to a misdemeanor, which capped the sentence at 12 months. You then reduced the abduction charge to an offense that was a lower degree and capped the sentence at 10 years. When you entered into a plea agreement, you tried to bind the court so they could not sentence this person to any term over 2 years. Is that not correct?
Sir, I'm so glad you brought this case up.
Is that not correct?
Well, because I would like to explain, sir.
It is correct. And the court rejected it.
Sir, I know the case file.
I'm talking. It was a judge that was appointed by Senator Warner. This is not a right-wing judge. This is a liberal judge. And you know why he rejected it?
Sir,
he saw what you should have seen. He cited overwhelming evidence.
Can we talk about the evidence,
This person was a threat.
I know it and you don't.
Quit talking.
And I would love to tell you about it.
This person was a threat. He yanked a 4-year-old girl out of her bed with the intent to harm her. And you wanted to give her a cap of 2 years.
Sir, this is
a great example. And then when the plea agreement was rejected, what did you do?
Sir, this is a great example.
What did you do?
This is a great example of a case.
You know, I've prosecuted. I've prosecuted
And
cases.
then you understand
and when you're evading like that, you know what that's a sign of? Guilt. What did you do?
Sir,
you dismissed the case.
Sir, can I please
Mr.
talk to you about this case if you want to know about it so much?
Be quiet. When you dismiss a case, what happens to that defendant?
He walks free.
Walks free. A disgusting, perverted individual preying on children that you dismissed the case. As the father of 2 young girls, one of them's 5. That is as shameful as anything I have seen.
Talk to me
Quit defending the indefensible.
People in my
you clearly
community.
don't.
Absolutely not.
You dismissed the case and it's shameful.
Sir,
you're a coward. You are a coward.
You won't even let me talk to you about the case.
It's indefensible, sir.
Sure.
I yield back.